violence taking place, they can hear us in these windows. They're shooting on a regular basis over in this area. This is Edmonds Field. Councilman Jumaane is going to say some words. We're going to address this. As we go on, we're going to stop at different locations where it takes place.
Greetings and peace, everybody. Peace and blessings to the families who are here. The one thing they want back, we can't give them. And I apologize for that. So we can do what we can, do our best so it doesn't happen again. I believe I'm in my colleague, either Laurie Cumbo or Matthew Eugene's district. I'm sure they would be here if they could. But I hope that the people in Edmonds Field can hear us. Y'all can hear us? Y'all there? Raise your fist. So we got issues when we're dealing with police. We got issues when we're dealing with ourselves. I've been to a lot of funerals. I've been to funerals, people killed unarmed by police. I've been to funerals, people killed by people who look like themselves. And death looks the same. They all were laying in the coffin with people crying. And I'm sick of people telling us we have to choose which one we're fighting against. We are fighting against violence, period.
Right on.
We are fighting against undue death, period.
Yes.
We are fighting for justice, period.
Yes.
In Edmonds Field, we want you to know we hear you and we see you and we love you. We all have to play our part to deal with this surge of violence, particularly with guns in our community. So if you hear us, please come down and join us. And for all the people who are asking, what are people doing about the violence in the community? We're going to stop saying black on black violence because that's not what it is. There's violence everywhere.
Yes. Right on. Right on.
We're going to talk about violence in our community. The question is not what we're doing. The question is, why are people not covering it? Why are people not always out here when we're in the streets? The question is, why are people not answering us when we're saying, please stop the flow of guns in our communities? Please offer the people of Edmonds Field jobs. Please offer the people of Edmonds Field access to better education. Please make sure that their housing is appropriate to live in. We are doing all we can to deal with gun violence. We are calling for all the things that we need. For some reason, the only cry that people hear is law enforcement. But we're crying for oh so much more. We're crying to deal with the systemic injustice that has been happening in these communities for decades. Across the country, you will find that these communities look the same. These communities, as Roland Martin said, probably don't have a credit score over 700. We will see that the places where we see violence with police, we see gun violence. But all the data falls the same way. Whether it's unemployment, access to education, housing, clean streets. Give us those things. Hear us when we're asking for them. But personal responsibility is also important. So we want everybody in Edmonds Field to talk to that young brother, talk to that young sister. There is a group of young people that we pass by every single day. We don't say good morning, we don't say good afternoon, we don't say good night. Invisible people will act invisible. Let's start engaging our young people. We can't be afraid. Death is the same. We're fighting against all of it. Peace.
Right on.
Say it loud.
I'm black and I'm proud.